How to get your book ISBN in Nigeria in seconds without an agent. And I mean, this is the most authentic ISBN that you can even verify at the end of the day. So you're going to be getting this ISBN in seconds. Okay. Now, I made this post the first time about 3 years ago. And guess what? I got some crazy comments. That was on Facebook. Now, one of the comments, the guy said that this is a scam. Now, normally what I would do for such a post is to hide it or delete it. But in that case, I decided to go check out the account of this individual who is saying that this is a scam, that it can never happen. Such can never happen. Okay? So I went to check out his account and I found that he is a vice president of ANA. ANA means Association of Nigerian Authors. Vice president of a particular state. And so I had to drop a message for him. I said, I thought that you as a writer and a leader of authors, you should have gone to verify my statement before coming to say it's a scam. That I'm disappointed in you. You see. Of course, the next thing that happened after he read it was that he came to my comment section and deleted his comment. Okay, so maybe you're seeing this and you're wondering, is it possible? I've also seen people here, because this is not the first time I'm making this video. This is an updated version to it. Okay, so I've seen people gather in my comments and they are saying that it's not possible, we tried it, it didn't work. No, you need to understand how it works. Okay, and so I'm doing this video to put light on some areas, on some gray areas, right? So if you've seen the first video, this one will be an updated version. If you've not seen the first video, then you might need to also check the first video, okay? Because there are part of it I will not share here. I will do the basic part in this one, then you can check out other videos I've had on this, okay? By the way, I have a training on this beyond the videos I've made. Now, one of the things, because everybody who is interested in this is either an author or a publisher, okay? But then I've seen that most times we as authors are the most stingy people. And I tell you, it is one of the reasons that we are not making the money with our books. I'll still show you something. Now, the previous video I've done on this subject is enough to help anyone who knows his way around the internet to get the ISBN in seconds. Okay? But then I saw that there are some persons who might not have the knowledge. Okay, they don't even know how to go to the search bar to put the link to begin to search, okay, to get this. And so I opted to help them create the account and also source their first ISBN for them. And then somebody will come to my DM and still want me to do it for free. How does that happen? Imagine. How does it happen? And this is for a book you want to sell. Are you following? And I'm going to use my data, I'm going to use my time, and I'm going to do this for you after I've given you a free video so that you don't depend on me. Does that really make sense? You see why I say that most authors are too stingy. I used to be that author. Let me tell you the truth. I broke through from this somewhere in 2018. I think it was, no, 2016. I saw a book online, an ebook, and I went and I bought it. It was around 6,007 or so. Let me tell you, I can't remember any particular thing I read from that book, I got from reading that book, but I read it. Not that the book wasn't good, okay? But after I paid and I started reading it, the first thing I noticed was that this book was not even up to 100 pages. It was an ebook, oh. It wasn't up to 100 pages, or up to 100 pages, okay? An ebook. And I had to pay 6,700. This was in 2016. But by the time I was done reading that book, I told myself, if you can pay to buy someone's ebook for this amount, then it is possible to write your own and sell for even this amount. And I've sold books worth more than that. Okay? I will still talk about it probably in somewhere in this training. Okay? But I wanted you to understand something. There is a mindset that if we don't deal with, it will limit us, no matter how good our products are. So if I don't know how to spend to get other people's products, how would I even know to price my own products? I'm not saying all those things to cajole you into getting this training. No, because I have videos that can guide you if you want to, okay? But giving you this option is not even my major way of earning. And so when you come to beg, I'll be like, what's it? There's no need, okay? So I'm doing this video again for those of you that don't know how to create the account. So I'll show you how to create the account. Now, there are two stages to this. The first stage is creating the account, okay? And you create that account online using or by visiting the link. That's the website of the National Library of Nigeria, okay? I'll drop the link again in the description of this video. So when you visit that place, I'll show you in a moment, you create the account. You can create an account as an author publisher or a corporate publisher. As an author publisher, that account means that you as an author can request and get an ISBN anytime you want. As a corporate publisher, it means that you don't only request and get it for yourself, you can as well do same for others. In other words, you can turn this into a business. But let me also say that apart from the things I've shared in those videos and I'm sharing in this video, there are some technicalities that I will not also expose here because of the platform, okay? I did a video the last time that was on Canva and I got a strike on my YouTube channel. So some of those things that are too sensitive, I had to keep them for those who get my guide, okay? And in that guide, they are still linked to videos that are not made public here on YouTube. So I had to share those secrets there to help people who want to learn more, okay? But like I say, if you have knowledge of internet, you might figure your way out. With what I've given you, you can make few researches in case you don't want me to eat your money, as you call it, right? Now, if I'm doing this for you, I'm not just going to give you an ISBN at the end of the day. I've added some other values that you need. For instance, let me scroll down to this place, okay? So here now, this is an option A if you want to get my guide, because at the end of the day, like I told you, there are parts of this that I don't review in any video. Not because I can't, but because of the platform, how sensitive things are, okay? You don't want to come tomorrow and my channel is no longer there, all right? So there are some of these that we don't make public. I say we because it applies to almost everybody on the platform, okay? It doesn't matter what you are sharing. There are things you don't share on video that you make public, okay? So if you have finished creating the account, which you'll find a video to do so there, okay? And like I said, if you have an idea on how to walk around the internet, this will not be an issue. Even if you get to face some difficulties, you can see a way to maneuver, right? So if you are done creating that account, you will be able to get your ISBN. So the first part is to create the account. After you've created the account, the next stage is to request for an ISBN, and you are going to be paying for it. Creating the account is free in the sense that you are not going to pay the National Library of Nigeria to have an account with them. It's not really creating an account, it is applying, okay, to have an account, because at the end of the day, you will wait for an approval, okay? Now, usually before now, what happens is that after you have made the application, you submitted the application on their online platform, they will update you via email within 48 hours. My two accounts, both author's account and publisher, corporate publisher's account, I got the notification within 24 hours. But these days, I've seen situations where it took up to 1 week, even more than 1 week, before one gets to be approved, if at all you get to be approved, okay? So if you don't do it well, certainly you will not be approved, whether it's the author publisher account or the corporate publisher account. And that's one of the reasons some people reach out to me to help them do it. But even if I do it for you now, with the way the system is, it might take up to 7 days before the approval comes. Of course, I've not done any one that wasn't approved. Are you following this? Like I said, before now, it used to be less than 48 hours, within 48 hours, okay? Some people see those delays and they come back to me to say, oh, you say in seconds. And that's part of what I want to explain here. So that first part is creating the account or applying for an account with the National Library of Nigeria. After that application has been approved, if everything went well, then you can start requesting for ISBN. And this is the part I said that you get done in seconds. And how is it in seconds? It happens at the instance of payment. The moment your payment is received online, automatically the system gives you an ISBN. Okay? And some people say, oh, it's not true because you have to submit a book before you get you don't have to submit any book. All you need to submit is just a few pages of, you can even use an AI to come up with a few stuff about the book. I've done it on about 3 occasions and it worked. Okay? I mean ISBN that you can verify. Some of us don't even know how to verify an ISBN. Okay? I'll also show you that, though not in this video, right? So you can verify the ISBN that maybe a publisher gave you to know whether it is real, because some people collect your money and at the end of the day, they don't give you a genuine ISBN. So, but this one can be verified. In fact, when I do it for a client, at the end of the day, I give them a link to say, go and test whether this is correct on the platform. Of course, after you have set up the account and is approved, and then you go ahead to request for your first ISBN. After that first issuance of ISBN, you will find that you will not be able to order for another ISBN. And that again is where my guide comes in. I following this. For instance, let me show you something quickly. So this is my corporate publisher's account, okay? Even though you can see my name here, okay? But this is not the name I use as an author. As an author, I answer Onyin Nebedum, right? So this, as a corporate publisher, I use this to get things for other people, right? Okay, so let's say that I want to request for an ISBN, and I click here. I can as well click up there, but let's see what happens. Do you see the notification here? Please go to nearby National Library of Nigeria and deposit your book. Thank you. Now, you cannot proceed with another ISBN after the first one if you have not done the verification. Okay, and that verification is called legal deposit verification or submission. Okay, and in my guide, I detailed you on how to go about it. In fact, I showed you a sample letter, how to draft the letter for this. It is free at the end of the day, but if you don't know the protocols, you might go there for up to 3 times before you get this done. So somebody had devoted his time to go there himself, gather all the information, and then is giving it to you so that he can ease your work. Okay? So many people still come back to me and say, oh, I was able to request for the 5. So some persons come back to me and say, I was able to request for an ISBN, but at the end of the day, I couldn't request for more. And I tell them, see. That's it. Okay? You either get my guide or you find a way to sort it out yourself. You want me to give it to you free, but you want to sell that book. It doesn't make sense now. Okay? So that's it. That's one of the things that you find here, right? Now, in that guide too, let me return to the guide. Now, in the short guide, okay, I also detailed you on how to get bulk ISBN, whether you are a publisher or an author. As an author, with this method, you don't need to depend on any publisher. Okay, look at this book of mine. It was this book that opened my eyes to what I'm sharing with you. I don't know if you can see the title, How to Live Large in Times of Lack. Okay, I published it on pre-order because some people listening to me on a radio program requested that I put it in a book for them. So that was how I came up with that book. That was about 3 years ago. That was the time I told you I first did a video on how to get an ISBN online in seconds. I also did a video on how to go about legal deposit submission with regards to ebooks, okay? Because in that case, you don't need to visit the National Library of Nigeria, all right? By the way, some persons still don't know that their ISBN for print copy of a particular title has to be different from ISBN for the e-copy of that same title. So if you have paperback, if you have hardcover, if you have e-copy, if you also have audio of the same title, each of them should have a unique ISBN. That is the general standard of ISBN. Okay? I hope you got that. All right, so let me return to what I was showing you earlier. Okay? So here, I don't only help you set up the account, right? If you just want my guide, which helps you to clear your account after you've been approved and you requested for your first ISBN, then you want to keep getting your ISBN. So I detailed you on how to go about that in the guide and more, right? And I also shared how to get bulk ISBN, maybe up to 10 ISBN for different books. that you want to publish. And if you get it that way, it will be subsidized for you. Now, I think at the moment, the cost per ISBN is plus and minus 4,500 naira. Okay? Of course, this amount here, which is something I'm going to increase in a short while, part of it is that amount that we will pay to get your ISBN for you. So I'm not taking all this money you see here at the end of the day. And even if I decide to take all of them, it's still not too big for what I'm giving you. Okay? So at the end of the day, I'm going to be helping you to set up your account such that it must be approved. If it doesn't get approved, I refund you. That's one. Secondly, I'm going to help you, like I said, get your first ISBN. Okay? That means you have to give me a book title that I have to work with to get you your first ISBN. I'm also going to show you how to verify this ISBN to be sure it's authentic. Beyond that, there is this one, how to get your ISBN barcode. Now, this is the ISBN barcode, something like this, okay? When you are given an ISBN, the barcode doesn't come with it. So National Library of Nigeria also has a provision for getting this, right? But I'm going to help you to get that without worries. So it's part of the package I'm delivering, okay? One of the things that this helps to do is that if your book is to sell in major outlets, then they will have to pass it through a scan. Like if you've gone to some shopping malls, when you buy something, they pass it through the barcode scanner to capture it. So that's where this comes in, okay? It helps your book. If you want to put your book in some of those outlets and it doesn't have this, then they can't accept it. So I'm going to give you this for free, okay? That's what I mentioned here, ISBN barcode, okay? And finally, you are also still going to get my guide, okay? That details you on every step to take afterwards. I follow you. So these are things that I offer under this option here, okay? But if you don't want me to do it for you, check out the videos, including this one I'm doing. Run it yourself, okay? If you succeed, good and fine. Then for your subsequent application of ISBN, you only need one account, by the way, or to create the account once and then keep using it, okay? But for you to keep using it, you need to clear issues that have to do with the Lego deposit, okay? I think I've explained enough, right? I want to go straight into the training, but before then, I think I have something here. Now, I came up with this. I call it Write to Sell. In other words, writing to sell. If you read down here, it says, the Indie Author's Guide to Writing Books That Sell. My journey from 2 copies to 6-figure success in less than 90 days. This is not theory. I've been an author. I think my first book, I got the idea in 2004. Yeah. But I got it printed, the first edition of it. That was when I was leaving the university in 2009. Yes, I was to launch it in 2009 December, but I ended up launching it January 2010. Okay? And since then, I have struggled to sell my book until that first encounter I had in 2016. That's about 6 years after I published my first book. And I published other ones, right? So finally in 2018, I was able to crack the code. Okay? And that's what inspired me to come up with this. Okay? So if you are a writer and you want to sell, you want to write what sells. It's not that you've written and you now want to sell it. No. You want to write what sells. This is going to really help you. Okay? What I shared here is going to help you. It covers all the system. If you go down here, let me see if I can quickly call that up. Can I? Okay, these are 3 stages we are going. Okay? You create it, you launch it, then the fulfillment. Okay? So these are the 3 stages. You can take your time to check here. I will drop the link in the description so you can visit here and check. Okay, so what else? I think I have one more thing to show you before we move on. Let's just do this. I want to quickly show you how to create a corporate publisher account, right? So we go straight to it. So let me return to this place and I'm going to log out. I'm doing this for a client. So I'll scroll down, I'll log out. Follow the steps here, okay? So when you visit the website of the National Library of Nigeria, which is ISBN, that's the ISBN section, okay, which is isbn.nln.gov.ng. Look at it up here. Let me remove this extension here. Okay, so ISBN, you already know what that means, International Standard Book Number. Okay, .nln, NLN means National Library of Nigeria. .gov, that's government.ng of Nigeria. Okay, so that's the website. So when you get to that website, this pops up. It tells you disclaimer notice, National Library of Nigeria do not issue ISBN to any other agencies in Nigeria, and we are the only agency that issue ISBN in Nigeria. No third party. ISBN is issued directly to publishers and authors. Can you see? So you are either an author or a publisher, ISBN can be issued to you using this medium. So any other means are fake. So this warning always pop up, and I had to read it to you. So let me delete this. I don't even need to delete that. So when you come here, if you open those way and you want to create an account, if you don't have one, okay, what you do is go to sign up. Can you see sign up now? Click on it. Now I will normally advise that you have every detail you need for this ready. Now immediately here you can already see the two options. Corporate publisher, that's if you are doing it as a business to help other people get ISBN, you are a publisher. Now remember what we read there, publishers and authors, or author publisher. Okay, so in this case I want to do for corporate publisher, so I click on corporate publisher. So here are the details. I'm going to fill up this detail. This is the application form. Remember I told you it has to be approved, and so if anything goes wrong in any part of this, okay, it will not be approved. Okay, so I'm going to fill up all these and then make the submission. So here is your name as the staff of the company. So you are registering it as a company now because this is a corporate. Corporate means company, right? Okay, so it's not an individual now. So I'll put the name, the full name of the staff representing this company here. I'm just explaining because I wouldn't want you to see this name that I'll put here is a client zone. Okay, then down here I'll put the address. You don't need to bother about the address too. Okay, then which states. Let me be filling some of them, the ones that you can easily view. Now when it comes to state, by default they select Abia. Okay, so you need to select which state your company is. So let's put a Enugu here, and where we have Abia. By the way, you can do this on your mobile phone. Okay, so if you are doing it on mobile phone, some of the things you see here might not be the way it appears. So here is Nigeria. I'll check the local government again to be sure what I'm filling here before I submit. So I'm trying to guide you as to what to do. So here I'll put the phone number, here I'll put the email. Forget website if you don't have it. Okay, then I'll create a username. Okay, username can be anything. It can be your phone number, it can be anything. So but make it something that maybe your name and some number digits. Okay, then create a password. Okay, something you can use to sign into it, and repeat the password here. Okay, so you put the password, the same password, put it here again, and then can you see here you put the company's name, and down here you upload the CAC document, right? The CAC certificate. Now if you don't know how to go about CAC, I have a video on this channel, Profit Leverage, on how to create a business name or register a business name. Okay, in fact it's a recent one because CAC repackaged their platform, so you need to know how it's done now. Okay, so here we upload that file. Okay, the CAC file, we upload it here, and finally we put the code here, right? The code here is the business name. Okay, the business name number, that's what we'll put here. Once we are done, which I will do quickly now, we'll come here and we submit, we sign up. Okay, and then they will review it, and if everything is okay, they will approve. So I'm going to do this behind the scene. You'll meet me when I'm about to upload this. Okay, sorry, before I even fill this form, I didn't tell you about here. Okay, here is where you upload your passport. Okay, so the passport of the person whose name comes here. Okay, is what will be uploaded here. Okay, so I've told you everything you need to do. So you upload the passport here, and then the name here, then the address. Skip this address line 2. Okay, then the state, everything here, the city. Okay, then every other thing, then upload the CAC certificate here, and then the business registration number here. Okay, you'll find this also on the CAC certificate, right? So I'm going behind the scene to do all this now. All right, so everything is ready. Okay, so you can see the CAC certificate here. Okay, every other thing has been filled up. So what I will do is to simply click on sign up. So I click on sign up. So our registration is completed. That's what they're telling us here. Then it says, please wait for your profile to be verified. Remember I told you it is an application that we're making, and so they will have to verify it or approve it, right? So it said this may take up to 48 hours. And this is what I was telling you, that this 48 hours is no longer what you expect these days, okay? It takes sometimes 1 week, 2 weeks almost, okay? Though I have not seen up to 2 weeks, but I've seen more than maybe 8 days, which is more than 1 week, okay? So if you did everything as I have told you, as you have seen in this video, okay, then though there are a few factors, that technical factors that might come up, but like I said, if you know your way around the internet, you will always find a way around that. Okay, so once you've done everything like I've said, then I submitted, you will get this notification. And so when you get it, just relax. Okay, be checking your email. But let me also say that sometimes they will not send you an email. Okay, so what you do is from time to time come here, like this one I've just registered. Let me do something now. From time to time, just come here, maybe after 1 day or 2 days. If you don't get an email, just come here, enter your username which you have created, remember, and then enter your password and try to log in. You see, it's telling me, please wait for your profile to be verified. This may take up to 48 hours. Please bear with us. Thank you. Okay, so this notification will be coming up or be popping up, okay, until it is approved. If it's approved, the moment you put in your username and password, you will be logged in. Okay, by the way, you can as well use your email in place of username. If I click on login with this my own that's been approved, you see that automatically it will launch me inside. Okay, or like I said, if I click on apply for ISBN now, I cannot. Okay, because I did this for a client, and of course I don't usually do it, and if I'm to do it for you, it usually costs a lot. So I don't like bothering people around it, because I know what authors go through. Okay, so go through this step that I've just shared and let me know if it works for you. But let me also advise that if you are creating a corporate publisher account, there are things, especially if you are doing it for others, there are things you need to really be mindful of. Otherwise you might make a mess of the whole process. Okay, but I covered those also in my guide. Okay, so the guide covers everything that you need to know that I can put out there in a public video. All right, so don't forget that I told you about right to sell. Let me return to it. Okay, right to sell. If you want to start selling from your written works, okay, then you need to subscribe. In fact, we are running a promo at the moment. Okay, you'll find the link in the description of this video. If you jump in now, it will be the best thing you have done. Of course, if you jump in, one of the bonuses you will get from me is the guide, the ISBN guide, so you wouldn't need to pay for that one. Okay, I mean the guide itself, not me creating the account for you before you go and get this now, as I promise you that I'm going to create and get an ISBN. No, the guide itself is what I'm going to give you, so that you know what to do after you've applied for your first ISBN, so that you can keep getting your ISBN. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Okay, do subscribe, turn on the notification bell if you have not done so, and I will see you in the next video.